guy. That's my list. But man, the 140 division, and we left Shakur out, but we have a big fight, David, coming up. Teofimo Lopez and Shakur, man. Give me your opinion right now, man. What do you think? Let's go.
I've got to say, dude, when this fight was first signed and announced, I was not excited about it. I thought it was a bad style matchup. Teofimo Lopez, we kind of see him struggle with guys who can move. Shakur Stevenson is that, a guy who can move and counter and really slow down the pace of a fight. So, I wasn't really looking forward to it, man. I was thinking, man, this fight's it's going to be a snoozer. As we've gotten closer to the fight, I'm starting to get more and more excited about it, because the more I think about it, it's not always true, but when you have two fighters that have a strong amateur background or high amateur pedigrees, which Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez both do, they tend to be very competitive when they finally get in the ring in the pros. And I think that's what we're going to see on January 31st. I think the moment, the confidence, the egos, it's all going to come out, and it's going to create a perfect storm for a good fight, even when the styles kind of show us that it shouldn't be a good fight. So I think it's going to be a good one. It might be a high-speed chess match, but it'll be a good one. I think I'm going to go with Lopez, man. I like Lopez. I think we've seen it time and time again with him. When the stakes are high, he puts up his best effort. I think he's the more athletic fighter. I think he's on par with speed. Maybe Shakur might be a little bit faster, but I think speed-wise, I think Lopez is right nip and tuck with Stevenson. So I'm going to go with Lopez on this one, man.
This is a great fight, man. Like 140 division, bro. 140 division. It's a great fight. I'm excited for it. You got two guys, like you said, big time amateur careers, highly decorated amateur careers. Both came up the top ranked way. Both have big game championship experience up there. They got a different set of skills, each of them, but both of them implement them really, really well. Teofimo Lopez with high level athleticism, ridiculously high. I mean, he's probably the best athlete in boxing. Then you have Shakur Stevens with that high IQ and the great defensive, boring type of fight that people don't like. Shakur's going to have to, with his high IQ and his great defense, somehow find a way to slow it down, or at least find a pace, to control the fight and intelligently beat him in a decision. So I got Shakur Stevens, but it's going to be exciting because, like I said, he's going to try to make it, very boring and try to score points. But Teofimo Lopez is not going to let that happen. He's going to find them. And in some points, Shakur's going to have to bang with him. And he can, he can bang with him. He's got to be more intelligent and figure out a way to just make it a slow pace fight, and he'll be okay. I got Shakur, but man, 140, it's steaming.
I hope what you said doesn't happen. I don't want to see a slow pace fight. I really, really don't. I'm hoping that we see a little bit, just a bit. We don't need to see this full thing, but if we could see just a little bit of what Shakur did with Cepeda, if we could just see a little bit of that, just mix in a little sprinkling every round of some of that, because that was some good stuff that we saw from Shakur. He got a little reckless, and I'll even admit he overdid it trying to prove a point with Cepeda, and he got hit when he didn't need to get hit. But I think if he just turned it down a notch to about a 7 from that fight, that would be a really good mix. And I think that would create a very entertaining, high-level type of fight that everyone, even the boxing purists, will be able to enjoy. Your average fan and the purist will be able to enjoy something like that. So I hope Shakur doesn't listen to what you just said and do what you said. I hope we see a little bit of the Cepeda mixed in with obviously the defensive skills that he has. Mark, before we wrap this up, and I'm throwing this at you, so I might catch you cold here. If you had any fight to make off of this list, who would it be? Off of your list.
Wow.
Did I catch you off guard?
Yeah, no, I'd like to see Gary Antoine Russell and Jermaine Ortiz. I think that would be a hell of a fight.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Jermaine Ortiz does have a good relationship with the WBA. He spends a lot of time in Florida. That's why he's always fighting at the Crib Royale. That's a very makeable fight. Gary has a great relationship with them too. That's a good matchup that can happen. There's a lot of familiar people who do business with each other, and that would be great. That would be a great matchup. I'd like to see that.
Okay, I've got two on mine. All right, and they both involve Gary Antoine Russell. I'd like to see Gary Antoine Russell versus Dalton Smith. I think we'd see some banging in that fight. And if not, Gary Antoine Russell versus Oscar Duarte. I think that would also be a hell of a show and a good action fight. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just a wish list for 2026. Don't know if any of those fights are on the horizon or even possible. Hopefully, we do see some good fights to be made, and these top 10 guys do fight each other, because I do like what I see in this division. Mark, we've got to do this again with some of the other divisions. What is the next division you want to focus in on and look at the rankings for?
Well, Gary's got brothers, a whole lot of them. Let's pick one where one of the Russells are in, right? 130, man, 130. I love that division. It's getting really, really hot. We got a lot of names at 130 pounds. Worldwide names. It's an excellent division to break down, man. That should be our next one, David.
Yes, I like that. 130 is an awesome division. I think we should definitely look at that. We got a couple of big fights coming up in that division as well. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up right there, folks. 2026 is looking like it's going to be a great year in boxing. A lot of good fights coming up. Stay tuned. Make sure you check in with us. Mark, any last words?
Yeah, we're almost at 2,000, guys. Make sure you tell your friends to subscribe to PYP Boxing. Thank you. We'll see you on the next one.
Peace.